My name is Swen and this is Pulse 28. It's time for some Starcraft news, the type of news that there's never a lack of and never an excuse to miss, so let's go. Blizzard are apparently looking at having the biggest sales year in history, with the launch of Starcraft 2 back in July and World of Warcraft Cataclysm coming in December. So I guess it's not really that much of a shock that the developer's main office in Irvine, California is going to be expanded by a large amount soon. The Orange County Journal reports that Blizzard Entertainment is looking to add an extra 100,000 square feet to their already impressive 230,000 square foot campus. Apparently they're going to be leasing 2 extra buildings, and this big move is set to take place before the end of 2010. Not much is known about which teams or departments are moving into the new buildings, but either way it's pretty impressive. You can read more about that over at Big Download or just check the links below. Blizzard is proud to announce that the cast of characters section on the Starcraft 2 website is finally complete. So if you want to learn more about your favorite characters and their sometimes pretty colourful past, then this one's definitely for you. The new additions are Horace Warfield, Milo Kaczynski and Graven Hill, so you can find all of that below. Rejoice, citizens, for the hour of victory has drawn nigh. Your tireless efforts have helped Blizzard snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Visit the winners page below to see the scale models submitted to the Starcraft 2 Alienware diorama contest that have brought victory to their creators. The Starcraft 2 diorama contest that was announced back in October has finally come to an end. The 5 winners have been announced and, well, as expected, their work is incredibly amazing. You can also view the 15 honorable mentions below as well. The winners will be receiving a $3,000 Alienware gift voucher to spend whenever they feel the need, so if you want to see those entries or just read more about the competition, you can find that below. The following pretty interesting piece of news was a bit of a shocker to me. Apparently Starcraft 2 has been pirated 2.3 million times. So yes, according to Torrent Freak, a BitTorrent enthusiast site, Starcraft 2 has been downloaded via BitTorrent over 2.3 million times since its release. So with a download size of 7.19 gigs multiplied by 2.3 million, that gives us 15.77 petabytes. Now I'm not quite sure what that means, but it does sound pretty impressive. Or disappointing. Or both. It sounds pretty disappointing and impressive. Now Blizzard won't be reporting any losses anytime soon, as they've sold over 3 million copies of the game, but it's still pretty interesting to see how many people would actually avoid buying it. I can't imagine playing Starcraft 2 without Battle.net, but hey, maybe that's just me. You can read more about that below. So Starcraft 2 might have sold incredibly well across the world, but in the country of South Korea, the mecca of esports, and let's just call it the home of Starcraft Brood War, it didn't do quite as well. Apparently sales in South Korea have been slower than expected, and The Edge magazine reports that only 2 to 3% of South Korean gamers have actually picked up Starcraft 2. So that's obviously not ideal. Apparently Blizzard spent over $30 million in South Korea promoting the game before its launch. We all know that Brood War is still pretty big in Korea, so maybe the gamers are just taking a bit of time to warm up to Starcraft 2. Those are some pretty interesting statistics, and you can let me know what you guys think about that. You can find that below. The never-ending and pretty exhausting saga of Blizzard vs Kespa took an interesting turn in the past couple of days. Critic, the company who runs GOM TV, and the allies of Blizzard in this matter, have sent their final offer to all other TV leagues. They've sent their demands to the likes of the OSL and MSL with regards to Blizzard's copyright and IP rights. A forum poster has translated the main points of this agreement, or final offer as they call it, and you can read that below. So if you want even more interesting Kespa drama to read, then there's a post over at Team Liquid about a fan listing all the reasons he hates Kespa. He goes into some pretty intense detail, and I've got to say it does get a little bit vulgar at times. So if you want to know every single little thing that happens in the Starcraft world, then I guess you want to read that too. With the conflict between Blizzard and Kespa still unresolved, the following was announced. The 17th of November has been chosen for the official launch of a new Starcraft 2 organization or establishment in Korea, as well as an orientation at the GOM TV studio. It will involve 7 teams that are currently participating in the GSL, as well as their coaches and players. There are a lot of big name Korean teams involved, and apparently the association will have a Starcraft 2 team board, player board and advisory board. The first president of this association will be Won Jeon-uk, the current coach of Startale. The association is going to be official and approved by Blizzard and will deal with the following: protection of the rights of players and teams, operation of Starcraft 2 teams' business league sponsors, arbitrator when there's an issue between player and team, and furthering the popularity of Starcraft 2 leagues linked to Blizzard and GOM.TV. Apparently the association is not interested in profit, and their first move is going to be to support teams by providing them with PCs and team leagues. The new president asks that fans be supportive, players and teams be supportive, and everyone have strength and, well, show support. So this is sort of like a Starcraft 2 version of Kespa that aims to do things right. So I really do think that this means good things for the future of Starcraft 2 in South Korea. If you want to read the full thing and all the details I most likely left out, then you can find that below. The second season of the global Starcraft 2 League is finally over. The Zerg player Nestea faced off against the Terran player Boxer, or Foxer as he's come to be known, in a best of 7 series and managed to closely take it with a score of 4-3. That means Nestea walks away with the equivalent of $80,000 and, well, judging from the games, I really think that they had the right 2 players in the finals. You can find a recap of the finals, an interview with the winner, links to the VODs and much more below. The qualifiers for the 3rd season of the GSL are already underway, and as you can expect, there have been quite a few upsets and a few nice surprises along the way. So a couple of big names that made it through in the first few days of qualifying: Hope Torture, Jinro, Maka Prime, Clyde, Foxer, Boxer, MVP, The Wind, Nestea, Heypro, Zenio, Moon, yes, the Warcraft 3 Moon, Rekt, Idra, Sen, Zenith, July, Genius, and Check Prime. The following are a few big names that didn't make it: Ensnare, Nada, Inca, Loner, Tankboy Prime, In Control, Kiwikaki, Artosis, Torch, Huck, Select, Sella, and Tester. The qualifiers are going to be ending soon, and the round of 64 is going to be starting on the 22nd of November. Apparently GOM.TV are planning on releasing VODs of the qualifiers within the next couple of days. Sadly, they're going to be in Korean though. GOM.TV is also going to be hosting a $16,000 All-Star tournament between the qualifiers and the date that the round of 64 starts. Big names such as Boxer, Foxer, Nada, Fruit Dealer, Nestea, and, well, many others are going to be competing. The tournament is set to start on the 18th of November, and apparently all of it is going to be streamed for us, so that's great. You can read more about that below. There's a lot of player and clan news going around this week, so a few smaller pieces include Fury joining Playzone as their first Starcraft 2 player. Big name Protoss player Nightend has left his longtime home of MTW to join the ranks of Praetoriani. OGS The Wind has become the new head coach of the team OGS. There's a nice article up over at Eurogamer called The Men Who Stare at Protoss, which covers, pretty in-depthly I must add, some of the big name casters currently working Starcraft 2, such as Day9 and Husky. There's an interesting 56-minute long video interview with the Little One, which covers, well, pretty much everything. I mean, it is 56 minutes long, so you can find that below as well. The Art of Improvement, a nice, pretty long article by QXC that will help you become a better Starcraft 2 player. Lastly, you can find a lot of interesting information in the latest Liquid Weeklies, courtesy of the guys over at Team Liquid. Artosis, being his usual active self, has got quite a few random videos and interviews up from the GSL Season 3 qualifiers. As usual, these videos are a treat to watch, but I gotta say you have to watch the one where he tries to interview Tasteless, but things just don't go his way. There are too many videos to actually link here, so I'll just send you over to the Artosis TV YouTube channel and you'll be sorted from there. You can also find a bunch of interesting transcribed interviews from the GSL Season 3 qualifiers below. The Chinese organization World Elite, best known for their Warcraft 3 squad, has decided to start up a Starcraft 2 team. The team currently consists of Chinese players Loner, Luffy, and Love TT, so if you want to read more about this new team, you can find that below. Sean, Day9 Plot, recently got a pleasant surprise when checking his PayPal account. He found thousands of US dollars received in donations gifted to him by the community. Obviously Day9 is pretty grateful, I mean really, who wouldn't be? He even wrote a nice letter to the Reddit community, the very community now funding his last semester at grad school. So if you want to read more about everyone's favorite Starcraft 2 guru and his stroke of luck, then you can find out more in the links below. I recently spoke about the personal funding that Boxer was to receive from Intel and the money he was supposed to get to make a new Starcraft 2 pro team. Boxer recently posted on his own Twitter account that he's forming a new team called Slayers, or SLS for short. Apparently, now I don't know if this is correct, but the only requirement to join the clan is to have 1,800 points or more in Diamond League. Boxer also mentioned that he's not taking anyone that's already in the team at the moment. So that does sound pretty interesting, and I assume the low entry requirement is so you can scout out the new up-and-coming talent in Korea. Who knows? I really do hope to hear more about this soon because, well, Boxer news is the best news. You can read more about that below. Okay, so tournament news this week, there was way too much of it. I might actually have to omit some of it and just, talk about the relevant stuff. I will, however, be putting all of it in the links below, so you can treat that as a virtual newspaper of sorts and check through it at any time. Team Liquid are proud to announce the TeamSpeak Team Liquid Starcraft 2 Open Series. This will be a 12 tournament event that spans over 3 months. Each tournament is set to have a $200 prize pool, and it will alternate between North American and European servers. The first tournament is on November the 27th on the EU servers. Registrations are opening on the 23rd of November. So you can find a full list of those tournaments below, and be sure to head on over to Team Liquid to thank those guys for setting this up because it is pretty amazing. The last set of invitees have been announced for the Starcraft 2 DreamHack tournament. Brat-OK, Phoenix, Sok, Shu, Idra, Madfrog, Demuslim, Nama, Tarson and Lucifron. The invited players are only the beginning though. DreamHack will be choosing 9 more players via their on-tour qualifiers, as well as 8 more from the Bring Your Own Computer LAN at the event. So DreamHack is starting on the 25th of November, and you can visit dreamhack.se for any and all information concerning the LAN and the Starcraft 2 event being held there. Yet another tournament preview. The next SK Champions Trophy is set to be pretty exciting, and yes, I can say that now that 16 of the 32 players are already known. To mention a few of the big names participating: Nama, Mana, Tarson, Strelok, Lucifron, Madfrog, and, well, quite a few more. The tournament is set to kick off next Saturday, the 20th of November, and I'll try to keep track of what's going on there so I can give you guys the results. So you can head on over to SK Gaming to see the preview of the tournament and the first 16 players that have been invited. Enjoy! So again, a few smaller pieces of tournament news at the end here. I really did struggle to try fit this in, and I think from next week I'm going to have to try limit what I put in the show. Gosu Gamers have had a look at the groups of players competing in the IEM Season 5, as well as the matches already played. GameGoon is hosting a Starcraft 2 tournament at the El Dia Digital Exhibition in Mexico City from December the 9th to the 11th. The SteelSeries Europe vs America Challenge has been announced. There are prizes involved, and the event will pit the 2 teams of 11 players against each other in 1v1 battles. Freaks for You have announced the Black Dragon League, a European Starcraft 2 one-on-one competition. It'll feature a $6,000 prize pool and 16 of the best European players. Sadly, that's all the Starcraft 2 news I have for you this week, and I can actually see my camera's light flashing telling me it's out of space, so I'm gonna have to cut this short. Thanks to everyone that managed to watch all the way to the end, and as usual, like it, favorite it, share it, subscribe, and most importantly, happy Starcrafting.